to start the recording. Okay, so in our previous class we learned about objects, right? So in object we have some more concept, that is your object reference. So object reference, we already learned about this, right? Object is your non-primitive data type. So it means what? It will take the reference like address. So first of all I will tell you the example. Means you can't you can change its value. In the case of primitive data type, you can't change its value directly. So let's see in the case of object. First of all, I am deleting this one. Here I am creating one object. So let object equals to, I am just creating one object, that is your x, giving some the variable name, and I am giving the value. Let me give age here. I am giving 10. Okay. So let's suppose this is your object 1. Right. So I am taking one more variable, that is your object 2. So in this object 2, I am instead of directly creating a object, I am creating one copy of it. Okay, so I am giving object 2 equals to object 1. Okay, when I console object 2, it will show you the same thing. Console.log object 2. Let me run it here. It is showing age 2 or age 10. So when I console object 1 also, it is also will show you the same thing. Right. So when I change the value of object 2, let's see. I am changing the age of object 2 only. Dot age equals to, I am giving this as 20. So this age will be changed in your object 1 automatically. Why? Because it is not taking directly, it is not copying it. Means these are not the separate copies. Means these are the independent copies. Means if you are changing the one value from one object, it will directly change from other object also. So let's console this object when this age 20 will be changed in object 1 as well. Okay. So let me show you one more thing. Suppose if I create one more object, that is your let object 3. Okay, here also I am giving same age equals to 20. Right, currently our age is 20. Let me remove this one. Here directly here I am giving age 20. So let's see, is these two objects are same or not? This object 3 and this object 1 and 2 are same or not? Anyone can tell me? Any guess? Just a guess.
मैम कोड वापस से दिखाइए.
Yeah.
नहीं अलग अलग है. It's different.
Yeah. It is different. Why? Because see, in this here we are copying it, but here we are actually creating it. So these two objects are not same. These are not equal. Object 1 that's equals to object 3. It will show you something like, see. See, it is showing you false. If similarly, if I am checking like this, object 1 equal to object 2, it will show you true. What does the meaning of it? In non-primitive data type, when you check it like this, it will check your address also. Okay, it will check your value. In non-primitive data type case, I am telling about the non-primitive data type. See, here your values are same, but your memory address also is same. So that is why it is showing you true. But in this object 3 scenario, here values are same, but this triple equal to will check your address also. It will check your memory address also. So in this scenario, your memory address is different. So that is why it is showing you the false. Okay, any doubt in this?
No ma'am.
Okay, so just to make sure, in object reference, in this triple equal to will check the memory address also in non-primitive data type case. When using triple equal to in non-primitive data type, it will check your address also. It will check your memory address also. But in the case of primitive data type, it will not check the memory address. Suppose I will tell you here. So instead of let a equals to I am giving 10 and let b equals to I am giving 10. So let me check this. Let's see what it will show you, true or false. A equal to b. See, it is showing you true. Here also the memory address is different, right? The memory address which is located for A is different and the memory address which is located for B is also different. But it is showing you true. Because in the case of primitive data type, it will not check your address. Okay. So now let's come to arrow function. Here with this we are done with our object. In object we can give like property value, key value pairs. Okay, and we can, there are a lot of methods and we can create an object using classes also. Now comes to arrow function. Like in object I told you about we can give some functions also, right? We call those functions as methods, right? So we can create a function, normal function we can create as an arrow function also. What is arrow function? Arrow function is just like a short way of creating a function. Like how we create a normal function, we create a normal function like this. We give some keyword function and we just give some name like at, and then we give this curly brackets. Okay, we can return it or you can console it. So I am consoling something. So consoling is not a better way. Why? Because if you console it directly in your function, it will display it here. But we create function to perform a specific task instead of showing the output in the console. So always return it, not console it. So for here I am consoling something hello. So this is a normal way how we create a function. But there is one more way. We can create a function using arrow also. Okay, using arrow also we can create functions. How can we create a function using arrow? See, you just have to use it like this. Okay, so you can give it here also, console.log. I am giving something like my name Fatima. So now like how can I call it? So for that we must have to store this arrow function inside one variable. Let, you can give any name, fun I am giving. Now it is stored, right? So now you can call it or you can use it. Console.log like just see this fun. Let's see it will work or not. Okay, it is showing the Fatima output properly. Let me give like normal fun only. Okay, it is showing you Fatima directly. Before, when I console it, it was showing me one undefined also, right? So why we use arrow function? Arrow function is just like a short form of creating a function. We use this just like this kind of way. Like in normal function, we use function keyword and we give some name of my function. But in arrow function, we are not doing it like this. We just give this square brackets and we give this arrow and we give this curly brackets. So it is not necessary. You can remove this also. If you are writing only one line of function, you can write in without curly brackets also. So we can give as return if like 10 plus 30. Let me see what's the error. Okay, when we are writing arrow function without curly brackets, you don't even have to give this one also. Okay, it is without, if it is without parameter, you can give parameter like this directly. So let me show you here. In return, still it is giving some error. Yeah, we don't have to use a return keyword also. Okay, directly you can give it without it. So let me show you, like here. Okay, now I'm calling this function. Now I'm just consoling directly func. Okay, what is the meaning? If the function contains only one line of code, you don't have to give curly brackets and you don't have to give that return also. You directly can give it in a single line. So what is arrow function? Arrow function is just like a short form of creating a function. Okay, and there is one more benefit of using this arrow function. The benefit of using this arrow function is not benefit, but the difference we can say between the normal function and this arrow function is, the first difference is it is not containing this keyword. Like in object, how we access the properties, we use this dot value. In previous example we used it, right? Here, yeah, where it is, yeah, here. See, this is your normal function, right? And we use it this dot value. If we create this same function using arrow function, we can't use this dot value. So it is not a good approach to use arrow function inside your object, because we can't use this keyword. It is not valid. Suppose you can say this keyword is not valid if you are using this keyword inside your arrow function. And the one more difference is, it is not having argument also. I will tell you what is argument first. Suppose I am creating one normal function. This is my add. Here I am giving I'm directly consoling arguments. Okay, here I am calling it add 5 10 comma 20. See, I'm just giving argument directly, but I'm not taking this as a parameter, but still I'm consoling the arguments. Let me show you the outputs. See, it is showing me the whatever your arguments. It is showing your argument is 10 and your argument is 20. Okay, this is your arguments object, you can say. It will catch whatever the arguments you are passing while calling. It will show even if you are not using it. If you are not taking this as a parameter, still it is showing me. But when we use arrow function, we can't use these arguments. Let me show you. So let add. So here I am taking equal to, then inside it I am clicking like this and giving like return a plus b. Okay, not a plus b, let console it directly. See, it is not giving me the option even. Previously in previous only it was giving me the option of argument directly when I type the a. Okay, let me call it. Directly also we can call, because we are consoling, right? So add. See, it is giving you one kind of error, that is argument is not defined. Okay, why? Because this arrow function not having access of this argument object, but your normal function have the access of this argument object. Got my point? These are the two difference. There is one more difference, but it is not much important, but these are the main actual difference. If you use the arrow function in your object, you can't use this keyword. Okay, and the second difference is the arrow function doesn't contain this argument. Okay, any doubt in this? Any doubt? Okay, these are the basic simple thing, but just make sure when you are creating an object, don't use arrow function, because it doesn't contain the access of this keyword. But we use this arrow function in most of the methods, like map, reduce, all these are the methods of array. So we use this arrow function there. It is useful, you must have to know about it. So now comes to the we are done with this arrow function now. So now comes to array. What is the array? Array is just like a it you inside array we can store multiple different data types in different languages like C++. You can store multiple data inside a array, but it must be of same data type. But in Python or in JavaScript, you can store the data of different data type also. Like if you can store the data type of string, you can store data type of number also, boolean also you can store. But in C++, you can store a one single data type inside a array. So how can we create an array? Like indexing is same as we discussed the indexing in our string. So let fruits, like I'm giving something else, let info equals to, I'm giving name, giving some name as Fatima, giving some age as 23, giving as female true, like female is a string, right? Okay, then giving true. So it means what? I'm storing multiple different data types. This is your string, this is your number, this is again your string, this is your boolean. So in JavaScript, we can store the multiple different data types inside your array. And you guys know about what is indexing. Like in a string, the indexing starts from 0. So the index number of this Fatima is 0. And the index number of this 23 is 1. This is your 2. And this is your 3. Like this, it goes. Okay, so this is the way of how to create how to create array inside your JavaScript. Like whatever the methods we learn in string, those same methods it applied in this array also. Like you can know the length of this array. Console.log info.length. So it will give you the total length. How many elements are there? Okay, we call this as element, not character. This is your element. One element, two element, like this. So let me console it. See, it is showing you the 4. So you can access particular element also using its index number. So let me access any one element. So I am giving 3. So it will access this true. Okay. So similarly, if I give 2 here, okay, it is accessing the female. Okay. So these are the some methods. There are a lot of methods are there we can use with your array. So to access element, we use directly, we give the index number. There is the length property. Using it, we can find out how many elements are there inside it. And like in object, we learn about to push, like to add something inside your object, we directly give some values. But in array, we use this push method. What it will do, it will add element inside your array. Okay, it will add elements inside your array, but at the end, from the end, it will add. Let me show you. I am giving info dot push. I am adding one element, that is like my education. So now I am consoling this array info. Okay, see, it is getting added, but just observe the location. This education is added at the end of your array, right? At the end of the array, it is getting added. Like to you, if you want to add this education at the starting, you can use, there is one different method, that is unshift. Let me see it. See, now just see it, this education is getting added at the starting of your array. So we use push method to add some element at the end of your array, and to add something at the starting of your array, we use unshift. Similarly, we have some more methods, like we can use shift, like to remove some element, we can use some methods are there. Info dot shift. I want to remove, like you can give index number also, I think. Let me remove directly like this. Console.log info. See, this Fatima is getting removed, right? So what shift will do, it will remove the element from starting. And there is like pull also, is pop is also there. Okay, array.pop. Okay, you don't have to give like anything, it will directly remove it. So let's try it with this. I'm not giving anything inside it. Still it is removing the first element. If you are not providing anything, it is directly removing the first element. What if I am providing something, like I am providing 23 here. Okay, so still it is removing the first element. So why we use shift, it will we use shift to remove the first element of your array. We use shift. Similarly we can use pop also. What pop will do, it will remove the last element. Here the last element is true. Okay, so we use pop to remove the element from the last of your array. We use shift to remove the element from starting of your array. And then we'll have splice also. We can give some range here. Let's see this one. Like we can give some replacement here. Okay, just see here we are creating one variable array which contains 1 2 3 till 5. Here I am giving array dot splice 1 comma 2. What it will do, it will remove from its index number. Here this is your index number. Index number here I am giving 1. So at the index number 1 the digit is 2. The element is 2. So from 2 to till the index number of 2, it will remove it. Like suppose I am give some different element, you understand it. I am giving some different like Fatima 20 let's give something else, Krish. Okay, and 3 4 5. So what it is doing, it is taking this as a first index number, one index number. At the one index number there is Krish, so it will remove from 1 to 2. Okay, so 1 to 2 will means only Krish is there. Let's see this, it will remove 3 also or not. Yeah, it is removing 3 also, means it is removing from 1 and whatever the index number is there at 1, and it is removing second index number also. Let me give 3 here. Okay, so this is why we use splice. Like we can give a range from which index to which index you want to remove the elements. We are just directly giving the index numbers here. So that's why we use this splice method. And for the iteration purpose, like if you want to iterate each element one by one, for that we can use loops for it. Okay, we already learned about loops, right? Let me try this one. See what I am doing here. These are some elements inside your array. Now I am creating one for loop, giving some initial variable that I equals to 0, then giving one condition I less than array dot length. If this condition is true, then do I plus plus. Here console array I means it will look like this. Array, in first scenario your index number will be what? 0. So it will print 10. In second iteration your index number becomes 1. So it will print 20. In third iteration it will become like index number becomes 33. So it will print 30. Now it goes to the like fourth iteration also. But your length here will be right 4. So which is not true. Right. So it will go out of this loop. Let me show you. Okay. Like we use this looping for your array of object also. Like a array contains objects also, multiple objects a array can contains. Okay, first of all see the iteration first. We can do the iteration, this looping, we have some methods. We can use for loop, we can use for each also. Okay, the difference between this for each and this map also do the same thing, but map doesn't contains a return. You can't return anything. You must have to directly console it. Okay, this is the difference between this map and for each. Let me show you this map first. We are transforming something here. Just see it here. I just create one array that is number 1 2 3 4, and here I am using map method. First of all, I am storing whatever it contains inside one variable. So here like numbers dot map, then it is a array. It will take each number one by one. Let me show you. I will remove this completely, then I will show you. Okay. Okay, I am taking one variable, let double or triple also you can take, any up to you. So then after it like you have to take your array numbers dot map. Then what map will do, it will take each number one by one. Okay, so for that I am giving num. You can give any variable name here. It is your first, like it will take each element one by one. So then after it here we are using that arrow function, see. So then we are doing num multiplied by 2. Okay, it is storing all the output inside this double. Let me console it. See. Okay, so this map is really very useful. Here we are using the arrow function here. You can understand it, right? We are using the arrow function here. We are giving arrow, we are not using the return any keyword. If it is contain multiple lines of code, you can use the return keyword here. So how we are doing it, it is taking each number one by one. First one comes here, then it is multiplied this one with 2, and this store this 2 inside this variable. Similarly 2 comes here, it multiplies 2 with this 2, and it becomes 4, and this 4 is pushed inside this array. Okay, likewise it is doing. You can you can give multiple numbers, like there is no limit. Any doubt in this map method?
No, ma'am.
Okay, what about you, Harish? Okay, so now let's see, there are some more transformation, like you can do some changes. First of all, we can use map, like we are multiplying it with something. We can add something more with it. You can transform it, and you can store the output in new variable. But in the case of using for each, you can't use this return. You must have to console it. Let me show you for each. Here I am using for each. Now here we can't return it like this. Let me show you. It will give you one kind of error. Yeah, see, it is showing you undefined, because in for each we can't return it. So for that we must have to use console.log, and here I am consoling num. See, it is consoling all these numbers. We can multiply it here also. See, it is also doing the same thing, but the difference here is we are not able to return it. If we are not able to return it, there will be like almost no use of it. We are not consoling it every time. We must have to show it, right? We must have to store it inside one variable. So that's why we use map mostly. We don't use for each, but still it is there. You must have to know the difference. In interviews they ask What is the difference between map and for each? The difference between map and for each is map return the values, but for each will not return it. Okay, so this is the basic difference between this. So then we have filters. What is filter? Like you can do some filtering. If this is divisible by 2, then store it inside one array. If it is not divisible by 2, then leave it. Like this kind of condition we are giving using this filter. Let me show you here. See here, this is also a good example. We are checking if score, what is the if score is greater than 50, like this kind of condition we are giving. See, score is greater than or equal to 70, then only store it inside one variable, or else skip it. First of all, see this example with this number. See, this is just same thing. We are just took a one variable which contains a array. So here I am creating one more variable. It is a just kind of array. It will like sort out. We are giving condition here. Numbers. It is same as map only, right? Numbers dot. Instead of giving map, we are using filter, and here we are giving the condition. Num. We are using the arrow function here. Num divisible by 2 equals to 2. If it is true, then it moves that particular element inside this variable. It will show do it like this. Suppose in first element is 1. 1 is 1 modulus 2. It's not equals to 0, right? The modulus is 1 here. So it not moves inside this variable. So it skip it and it moves to the second element. So it will check it like this. 2 modulus 2. Yes, it is 0, right? The modulus of 2 and 2 is 0. So it push this 2 inside this array. Okay, same it goes with 3. This is not true. So it skip this 3. Then it moves go with 4. 4 modulus 2. Yes, it is true. So this events array will which contains 2, 4, 6. Okay. Like suppose you can check it with 3 also. So what 3 will do? In the first scenario, this is not true. It will skip it. This is also not true. But this is true, right? So it keep 3. This is not true. This is not true. And this is true. So it will show you 3, 6. Okay. So that is why we use filter. We give some condition here. If this condition is satisfied, then push this element which satisfy this condition inside this particular array. This will be your array. If it is not satisfied this condition, then skip it. For that purpose, we use this filter. Any doubt till now? Want to ask me anything?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So there are a lot of methods are there in your array. You can like do practice something. Like there is a find index, or like for searching we can use find. We can find index of. We can check it includes or not. It will like in a string how we check includes or not. It will give true or false. Like this, I will show you this one. So here I am consoling this numbers dot includes like I am giving 7 here. See, it is showing you false. Like we already saw this one includes in your string. So I am checking 4. It is showing true. Okay, so these are a lot of methods are there. You can try it by yourself. We have some methods also. If it checks if any match is contains or not, it will show you true. If even is one single match is there, it will show you true. And in the case of every all the matches will be true, then only it will show you the true. So in this scenario also you can see it. Like here we give you the example. See here also we can give the example. Here I am taking some. See, let me So yeah, we are storing this inside one variable only. See, it is giving you true. Why it is giving you true? Because there is at least one match is there. There are two matches are there. 3 and 6 are matched. Yeah, like suppose if I remove this, there is not even a single match, so it will give you false, right? But instead of like this one, see, instead of this one, if I use every, so it will make sure every element is matched or not. Every element must satisfy this condition, then only it will give you true, or else it will give you false. Here in this scenario, it matches only two numbers match this condition, so now it gives you the false. So this is the basic difference between this every and some methods. So you guys can try it by yourself, right? We can use reverse also to reverse the array. Like this is 1 2 3, you can reverse it using 3 to 1, and we can sort it also. Like we can give in ascending order. Okay, just try it by yourself. Like you guys have to explore string methods and these array methods. If you guys are having doubt, then I will show you that particular methods. See, you must have to do practice. Okay, without practice you will not understand it properly. Now let's iterate a array which contains multiple objects. Till now we just saw which contains elements only. Now this array contains multiple objects. See, I'm just create one variable, that is user. This is your array. This array contains multiple objects, right? It contains multiple objects. Now I want to show this data, show all this information. Like in your website also, if you want to show, you must have to use this in this way only. Here we are consoling it. But to show you this in your website also, you have to use this map only. So first of all, I'm taking one variable name. Same thing we are doing. Taking one variable name, that is your new array, and then after it we are using, this is your users, your array name, then dot map. It will take each element one by one. So from this object I want to take a name, so user dot name. So it will give a array which contains all the name. Let me show you. Okay, if you want a array which contains only the ages. Okay, so this is the way you can iterate over a object, over a array which contains multiple objects. Any doubt till now? Any doubt? Okay, yeah. So whatever the things we have learned till now, first of all we'll see about array, what is array, and we just saw all this, not all this but mostly, right? Just try to explore this method by yourself. There these are examples are there, you can just try it by yourself. So JavaScript is just lengthy, like the syllabus of JavaScript is little lengthy, so you have to do practice. Okay, so now comes to what are built-in objects. Means built-in objects means, right, there are some object which is already created. Like this console is also a one object, right? This console is also a one object we are accessing using this log, using this dot operator. So there are some ready-made operators are there, we call this as built-in, which is already created, predefined, you can say. JavaScript has many built-in predefined objects that helps us to handle different type of data. Okay, so like in string we have some built-in objects, right? So and in this array and in this object also we have some built-in methods are there. So we are talking about object, right? So we have max object also, like to round some number, to float some number. Okay, to get the maximum, which one is maximum, which one is minimum, we can get all these things. We just have to use the object properly. Let me remove it. So here I am giving max dot floor. Okay, here I am giving like 3.2. Okay, what floor will do? Like it will take the below value always. Okay, we didn't console it. Let me store this inside one variable. Let max. Okay, so it is giving you 3. Means what floor will do? It will always take the below value. I am not talking about that round off. We know if it is below 5, it will take always the lesser number. If I am giving above 5 also, it will always take the 3 only. See, I am giving 8 here, 3.8. It will take 3. See, okay. So this is the difference, right? What floor will do? Always it will take the low value. This one first value. Okay, even if you give the 3.9. So, but in the case of seal, it will always take the above value. Okay, it will take 4. And suppose if you give it like this 3.1, still it is taking the 4. Where we use it, like in e-commerce web application, they do the round off, right? There is a price calculation is there. They use round off, yeah, they use sometimes seal or they use sometimes floor. Whatever the decimal value, they always take the above one. So they use seal for there. Okay, so we have round off also. Yes, round. Okay, that is round. What round will do in max, you guys know. If it is above 5, it will take the above value. If the decimal point is above 5, it will take the above value. Or if it is below 5, it will take the below number value. So this is your below 5, right? So it will take 3 now. If it is above 5, like see, I am giving 6 here. Okay, now it is taking 4. So round off is like doing a genuine work. If it is above 5, it is taking the above value. If it is below 5, it is taking the below number. So these are the difference between this seal, floor and this round. Okay, you can try this max min also. Max min, what max min do? It will, if you are giving a set of numbers, it will find out which one is maximum number. If you are using min, it will find out which one is minimum number. Okay, so we have random number also. Let me show you random. Like it will directly print a random number by itself between 0 and 1. Random. So here I am consoling it. See, it is taking the number below number between 0 and 1. If you want to take the number between 100, like 10 also, you just multiply it by 10. See, it is taking the number below in between of 0 and 10. If you want this random number comes in normal number, not in this float numbers, you can use you can convert its data type. Okay, let me show you. Let int is there, I think. I think there is different keyword is there. Yeah. Okay, let me give number here directly. Yeah, it is taking in decimals. You have to use int here. Int the keyword is, I think, different. Int or integer somewhat. Integer, yeah, it is also not working. Let's see it. Yeah, we can try it. Let's see. Let's go to the chat GPT. It will give you the correct. This method we are not using it properly. Let's see it. Okay, max.floor. Okay, you can give in which you want to do, like max.floor or max.seal you can give. There is not directly a integer like this. So you can use floor or seal here if you want to remove the decimal. Okay, let me put it here. See what it is doing. First of all, it is taking max object. Then we are taking the random numbers only between 0 to 10. But to remove the decimal, we are using floor here. If you want like proper genuine calculation, you can use round here. Let me show you now. Okay, it is taking the random number between 0 to 10. You can give 100 also, it's up to you. It will generate a random number by itself from 0 to till 100. Okay, let me show you. See, it is taking 94 now. So that's why we use this random method. So to find out the square root, we use this square root method, and to get the powers like 2 to the power of 3, we use this power keyword. Okay, you can try this all by yourself. And now comes to date object. Like similarly how this max object is there to show the current date, today's current date on your website. We can use we can't directly write a because today's date, because website will be like for your years, right? You can't change it day by day. You can't change it, right? Every day you can't change the date on your website. So it must be like dynamic, it must be changed by itself. So for that purpose we use this date object. Okay, you just use this. You just have to store this date object inside one variable. Let today, and we are storing this date object inside one variable, that is today. Now I want to access today's date. So there are some methods. To get full year, you can use today dot get full year. Okay, today dot get month. Okay, if you use the today dot get date, it will give you the months, like complete date. To get the like today's day, you have to use this method. Okay, let's try this one. Today dot get full year. Today dot get. See, it is also giving all the options, right? So you can choose it by yourself. Okay, this is a function. Okay, it is giving the full complete year. So you can use a month or date. Let's try with date. Get date. Okay, date. What is the date? Like 7th. It is showing just a date here. Number. It is showing. Okay, so to get the month, you can use it. Now if you want to show like today's year, month and date, so you have to use it multiple times like this. So first of all I'm showing you get full year. Then after it you have to call it right like this. Get today dot get month. Okay, there will be some like short approach will be there. Just try to find out by yourself also. And get date. Today dot get date. Let me console it. Okay, so it is showing you this completely. You can give hyphen here. So you can do it. You can get a complete date using it. You just have to use this date object properly. So just now we saw about this max object. These are the built-in objects, max object and this date object. Any doubt in this? Any doubt till here? Okay. So we are just having 4 minutes. So let's see if you can see anything else. Okay. So I will just give you the intro about what is ES6. Okay. So there like in JavaScript there are some like there is some documentation is there. There are some versions you can see. So the person there are set of developers are there who develop JavaScript, right? So after developing a JavaScript they can't be sit idle, right? They just do some changes inside it. Okay, if you create a one website, after some time you like you think let me add some more feature in it, right? After some days like let's add some more features, right? So the developer who create this JavaScript they are thinking like this only. They first of all create JavaScript. After there is a year by year there are some changes. Okay, they add some functionalities inside your JavaScript. So what is ECMAScript is just like a documentation which have all the like all the details about your JavaScript. Like every year there are some changes in your JavaScript. So in ES6 in the year of 2016 there are a lot of changes come in your JavaScript. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, in ES6 means ES 2020 2015 is there. Okay, it is giving one number above, I think, yeah, or one number below. Okay, ES6 it is just in which in this specification it means in this documentation there are a lot of changes comes in your JavaScript. So that's why we are not going to learn each ES6 documentation, right? But specifically we are focusing on this ES6 only because there are a lot of changes which is very useful. So we call this as modern JavaScript. So the topics below this ES6 are the modern JavaScript concepts. Okay. So now you guys understood what is ES6, what is what is ECMAScript. ECMAScript is just like a documentation in which they specify what are the changes they do inside your JavaScript. And we got lot of changes in ES6, so that is why we are more focusing on that particular part. Any doubt in this? Any doubt? What is ES6? Right? It is just like documentation you can say. Every year it comes, okay? But in ES6 documentation there are a lot of useful changes. So that is why we are focusing. See this let and const variable, these keywords were not there. Before there is only var keyword. The developer only use var keyword. But before ES6 they are not using this let and const keyword. There is no functionality of this let and const. So after ES6 the developer introduced this let and const. Okay, let and const are very much useful, right? Compared to the var, these are the mostly used. So this is the first change which comes in ES6 in your JavaScript in this year. And we use template literal also, like backticks. I told you about that backticks, right? We can create a string using backticks also. So this changes is also come in your ES6 in this year. Like how can we console? I will show you. So suppose let name equals to, I'm giving my name Fatima. So if I want to show this in my console, normally how developers are doing, my name is they will do it like this. My name is, and they give comma only. Okay, they use to give comma and they call this variable. This is also a correct way, but this is not a modern way. Okay, now the developers using the ES6 way. See, this is also showing the output properly. But now the developers use the template literal way. That is your backticks. So my name is, so now you can call that particular variable. So for that you have to use this. Then inside it you have to call this variable name. And you can give some different string. And I am a developer. See, yeah. Okay, the variable name is not proper. Okay, see, this is a more a better way, right? Instead of giving a comma after every variable, this is a better approach. So that's why they introduced this backtick, this template literal in your ES6 JavaScript. That is why we call this as modern JavaScript. So there are more changes are there, like let and const. This one is first change. This template literal and destructuring and object destructuring, split and rest operator. There are a lot of changes. We will see all these changes. Okay, so that's all for today's session. If you guys having any doubt, just feel free to ask me. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay, what about you, Harish?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so just try to like just now Chris told me he have some assignment, right? Semesters, right? So just try to complete your assignments, okay, so that you can do practice. Okay, so guys, now I'm going to end our today's session. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, ma'am.